Okay, guys, I'm John.
Mikey.
Lieutenant Hall.
And Salvo.
So what are we doing today?
Well, we just hit 100 subs a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, and we had promised ourselves. I didn't think any of us thought we were going to make it that far. So, big shout out to you guys for that. That being said, we kind of want to give you guys a background of ourselves. You didn't ask for it, but
we're giving it to you anyway.
Sorry. We just kind of want you guys to know what we're doing, where we're from, kind of how we got into it, and just a little bit of everything. And then, you guys will finally get to see the guy that you've heard on a few videos. You've not seen him yet, but this is the Bumpus Hound. So if you hear any water being drunk in the videos, this is him. But I guess let's start off with Salva. Salva, do you want to tell us a little bit, how did you get into it?
Well, to begin with, I'm a recently U.S. citizen, so my story background comes from Italy, is my home country. And I've been working into this field, working for Games Workshop during my school when I was maybe 20, in my early 20s. But I'm a war gamer since probably 16-year-old. In the last few years, especially before knowing you guys here in Maryville, I've been mostly on bolt action. That has been my thing. I rediscovered the like of World War II, and that's what basically I'm mostly playing. But of course, I'm open for any sorts of game. It's not just miniatures.
Which, Salva, tell us the part that you handle with the channel, just so that everybody knows our roles.
Yes, sure. Well, my background is media, and so what I've been doing is all the thumbnails you've seen, or most of them, and the video editing of probably the last handful of videos. Mm-hmm. I've been working mostly together with John and you guys, but I've been the one mostly to put together all the cuts and the funny bolt action. Boom! Give a little hints.
Yeah. Lieutenant Hall, would you explain to the viewers kind of how you started?
Hey guys, born and raised here in East Tennessee. I'd say I started wargaming about 2012, 2013. Started with Warhammer 40K, as I'm sure many of us do, and have worked my way through War Machine and Hordes, Guild Ball, several other different miniatures games. My big focus right now has been Blood Bowl. What I do here for the channel is a lot more of the scheduling and kind of the background production.
And roll ones.
And roll
ones. He likes to roll the ones.
I roll lots of ones. So again, and hopefully here pretty soon I'm going to start helping out with some of the editing as well.
Perfect. And now let's get to one of the originators, John. When did you start? Give us a background.
So I started wargaming 4 years ago now, and I was just going to my local Games Workshop store. I started with Age of Sigmar actually, and then got into 40K. One of my other buddies got me into that, and then I went over to this dude's house, and
never turned back.
Yeah, and then we've just been best buds since. And then Andrew is the same way, kind of. But anyhow, we started playing Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
and that's what really catapulted our hobby and group and kind of drew everybody into our game room.
Interestingly enough, we started with 40K and we never really got to play each other head on.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, John messages me and says, "Hey, do you want to split a Pelennor Fields box with me?" Sure. And then, the rest is history. I like to tell John this is his baby, but John always likes to say, no, because he was the originator of the idea, wanted to do it. But anytime that his confidence flagged, I was always kind of like, dude, let's do it,
Yeah.
And I'll always play and I'll be there. So, yes, you're absolutely the originator.
So you'll notice our older videos, our first ones, Black Seas, which we need to finish. That's my fault, mostly. But I actually did all the editing and filming and all, well, you helped with camera work, but all the editing and all that stuff.
All that shaky camera work.
Yeah, all that horrible audio. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. But this guy has taught me a lot. We linked up with him a couple months ago, and he's integrated really well into the group, and he's taking care of most of the production stuff now, as far as media editing, videos and that sort of thing.
We try to have scheduled nights for certain things, but because we don't want it to become a job, we schedule in free nights. And typically John and I will message each other at work during the day or at school, and hey, what are we doing tonight? Well, the fans want to see this. Well, what if we do this?
Yeah, this is something important, that we are doing this primarily because we want to create a community among ourselves, and we want to share what we got with you guys. And we're not doing this starting with any sort of business. We're not affiliated. But we got to say, in the future, we may have some partnership with a dear friend of mine called Alan of the GCmedia.com. that is will providing more stuff.
Can you throw that up, like gcmini.com?
Yes, actually, we can totally do
Link
it.
in the description below.
Yes, absolutely.
But also, there some of the terrain that we have been using already, and I do want to give a shout out to him as well. A friend of mine who has he does 3D printing. His name's James, and he is Restless Mods, and we can share that link as well
Yeah.
for the YouTube channel. But that's another guy that
Again,
we get our
link in the
video
description
from.
below.
Yes.
Enough of that. So what about you?
Well, mine's been a long, slow slog to this type of tabletop gaming. It started. I have a son. He's 20. He'll be 22 this October. And he had a heart condition as a newborn, and he couldn't play a lot of athletic sports. So, trying to be a dad that got involved with my child any way I could, I played card games, Yu-Gi-Oh, board games, anything that I could do to spend time with my son. And it ended up evolving into Warhammer 40K. That's what I started with. But yes, as John was saying, it kind of snowballed with Pelennor Fields. I mean, we split the box. I painted up the Rohan, and then started to paint them, and then got frustrated, and actually tried to sell them, and then nobody would buy them. So I finally just messaged John and said, "Hey, dude, let's just play. Nobody wants to buy them," and then that's where the addiction began.
Yeah, I have been a Lord of the Rings closet, well, not even closet nerd. I've been loud and proud about that. Like all the way back from the New Line Cinema, picked up every book, read it all the way through, had the audio books, listened to them going to sleep at night.
Like Mom.
Yes. Yeah. I would curl up with
Yes,
them
yeah.
and let you read the Fellowship.
Yeah, there you
Tales.
go.
I even got dressed like Legolas when the first one came out. I have pictures to prove that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I did.
I guess 2014 is when I started, and then it was, we're here now. And as for what I do for the channel, I mean, you see it. I mean,
You're the host.
I'm the good-looking guy that just brings all the sex appeal, and obviously, as you can tell by my voice, I've got an extensive history in voice acting
Yes.
Yep.
because
yes.
it's absolutely beautiful and it carries.
Anybody that knows anything about Tennessee probably knows Dolly Parton, and she's got her coat of many colors, right?
No.
And I like to think of us as kind of like we have models
Yeah.
of many colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
because we play all different games. We're from all different backgrounds. Like I guess us three started with 40K, but at very different times.
Yeah.
Like very different editions, very different situations.
But yeah, so I mean, we're losing daylight, and you guys can probably already see that on the footage. But we wanted to give you guys a real quick, glimpse into who we are and why we're doing it. And but otherwise, I mean, we want you guys to come along for the entire journey. Obviously, when you have the good games, or you got the bad games, we've all had them, and obviously, as you can tell, we're all professional about it. We all have literally no bad sportsmanship when our dice turn on us.
None whatsoever.
You'll never hear or seen anything.
Nope.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess that probably wraps it up for me. I've got nothing to add. I mean, you guys got anything you want to say?
I think we're
No, I'm
good.
going to say just stay tuned and expect for more and give us your feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Feedback's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, and any questions you guys want to ask while we're doing
Yeah.
our own Q&A amongst
Yeah.
ourselves?
I mean, post a question in the comments and we'll answer it. But that's all from me. So
Yep. So this has been TriStar Wargaming. We'll see you guys later.